Hey everyone, so I'm going to be reviewing My Little Pony Friendship's Magic issue 70. Alright, so I guess this is basically a sequel to Granny's Gone Wild, which, yeah. It begins with Rainbow Dash flying around Ponyville in high speed and getting rid of the clouds. She bumps into Dippy, and she got a letter from, she got a letter from the Granny, the Golden Horseshoes. It's an invitation from the what was the name? The Golden Horseshoe Club, which I guess is a play on a nod to the Golden Girls. Rainbow is bored playing bingo, so she decides to make it fun. So she decides to hide the bingo balls all over Ponyville. And she then says the elderly ponies have to find them. Applejack is like, hell no, you're old, you can get severely injured trying to get those bingo balls, depending where Rainbow hid them. Rainbow did say that they are allowed to ask for help from others around town to help get the bingo balls. And let's be honest, Applejack, she's great, she's awesome, but it'd be kind of boring doing stuff with her like that. I mean, I would want excitement. Okay, so she hid. It's amazing how she hid all the balls in Ponyville in a very short amount of time. And then they decide to do it. And Applejack says if they get hurt or die, it's on you. The blood will be on her head or whatever. And she kind of now feels bad as well. She is kind of worried. Why not hide it in places where it's safe for them? Oh, and then we meet it's a shame that this Griffin never, what is that? It says Buck. I think it's a Buck of something. And we learn that there's a Griffin that made a nest on top of the school. I guess she made friends with a couple of the students, and next thing she set up a nest on top of the school. Yeah, it's cool. And we get to meet the young Griffin. I kind of like her design. It's a shame that we never see her in the show. And she accuses Applejack of stealing from her nest. The ball drops. Granny gets it. Next is Apple Rose going to look for a ball at the corner. And Pinky starts eating all the cakes, figuring Rainbow hid it in one of the cakes. Poor Mrs. Cake. She has to replace those and sell them. Or I've had Pinky make them. Make more. Poor Mrs. Cake. Alright, next is in the castle. It's kind of weird how in this show, like even in the comics, Twilight always, she only teleports when it's like not a necessity. Okay, Spike has wings. So this is taking place after season 8, not season 7. So when does the Ponyville Mystery Comics take place? Because these comics came out back to back, roughly. So you think it'll be the same time span, but fun. Now, I do think with the comics, if you want to count them as canon, which I guess I can if you go by written by Spike, which revealed that Spike made. So it is still amazing that Rainbow Dash was able to hide all the bingo balls where she hid them. She hid it in Spike's bed without waking him up, and then flying out without waking him up and hide the others. Don't panic, but I think I may have laid an egg. It's a bingo ball, Spike. Okay, I do like the scale designs on Spike in the comic. Nice detail. And Twilight's teleporting all over trying to find the ball. Bulk biceps helps. Which one's this one? I forget. And Big Mac is helping her aunt reach the bingo ball from on the Ponyville Dam. And we get to meet Rarity, me, and the Apple. Well, the Apple for the first time. And I do like how she, poor Applejack, though. Granny gets attacked by bats. Aunt Apple Rose finds one under Trixie hat. How did she put it under there without Trixie knowing? The mayor's office, Steve. Of course, she would hide in Zephyr Breeze's hair. The clubhouse. Spa. Oh, and there's Clementine, the giraffe. I still say she's sentient. Again, look at her eyes. She doesn't have the same eyes as other animals in the show. She has the eyes of, like, a pony. There was theory saying that she's intelligent and she's aware. But she's pretending to be an animal just so she can get free food, free healthcare, free all that. Which, smart. And the final ball is in the castle of the two sisters. So we actually do get to see it again. I felt like the original plan for the castle was Twilight to rebuild it. But no, she doesn't. I mean, they were hinting at that in season 4. When they were fixing it up in the episode where they went into the comic. The Power Pony episode. Which, yeah. And Granny's going to the castle to find that bingo ball so she can win. And Granny is stubborn as she wants to show that just because she's old, she can't not do anything, which, yeah, probably do the same thing when I'm elderly. I like to show others that just because, I have a mental illness or physical disorder, I'm not helpless. I can do stuff on my own. I don't need others tell me, do stuff for me. Sorry, excuse me. And Applejack is way too yeah, both Granny and Applejack are stubborn. I didn't act like a grown man tonight, yeah. So, they want to still show just because they can still do stuff, which I understand. When you're old, they think you're fragile like glass. You can't do this, you can't do that. Everything has to be boring and safe. But there's no thrill in that, though. It sucks. No, the next is the Halloween one. Damn, I should have done this one on Halloween. Yeah, I'll still do this one on Halloween. So, yeah. So, they just have, Angel the Apple and Rainbow Dash, having a camp in the Sweet Apple Acres. So, this one is a fun comic. I like the Griffin that showed in the comic, but she never shows up ever again in the comics or show, which is a shame. Because I really would have loved to see more Griffins in the comics. Oh god, I don't think Gabby shows up in the comics. Does she? No, she doesn't. Gilda shows up in the, her Friends Forever issue. And we do see other Griffins show up in other comics, but again, I like to see more Griffins. Shame they kind of got, no, Minotaurs got the shaft when it came to development. We didn't even get to see the Minotaur Kingdom or get to see other Minotaurs. Iron Will is literally the only Minotaur we've seen. He mentions he has a son and a wife, but we never see them in the comics. It would have been nice to see what they look like, but no. Alright, so I hope everyone has a wonderful, wonderful day.